It's an impossibly low number, even if it's only been 8 games. But compared to the rest of the National Women's Soccer League, the Utah Royals' 5 stands out. No other team is close to Laura Harvey's in terms of their lack of goals allowed. Considering most new teams focus their efforts at the back first, there seems little question about the Royals' progress. 8 games into their existence, the league's newest team has fully accomplished job number 1. That success provides some early, perhaps needed context for the club, one that looked very much like an expansion side when they hosted Portland Thorns FC 4 weeks ago. Back then, as the teams played out a 1-1 draw, Utah's path was still an open question. For all the experience the team's core had brought over from FC Kansas City, they were still going through process every new team had to endure. From developing a style, to establishing a mentality, to turning each into wins on the field, the Royals looked very near the beginning of their process when Portland visited Sandy on April 28. Tickets. Thorns host Royals Friday, 7:30 Pacific Time, Providence Park. 2018 NWSL goals allowed. Ranked team games. Goals allowed 1 Utah Royals FC 8-5-2 Seattle Reign FC 8-8-3 North Carolina Courage 10-9-4. The most part, that remains the case, with the team's attack still struggling to produce goals, 7 in 8 games, but in terms of Utah's broader arc, the Royals have a lot to be encouraged about. United States icon Becky Sauerbrun's presence in central defense has proved as valuable as predicted. Abby Smith has solidified her presence in goal, while a robust, active midfield of Katrina Gorey, Gunhildor Johnsdotter and Desiree Scott has gelled since the former's mid-spring arrival. If you were to image the tasks of building a team as a checklist, with everything from identifying players to solidifying each level of the field listed out, Utah has most of its boxes checked by now. Way of playing? Check. If still improving. Identity? Check. Defense, midfield, mentality? All already checked off. The only place where the team continues to struggle is scoring goals. 2018 NWSL goals scored. Ranked team games. Goals scored 1 North Carolina Courage 10-19. .8 Houston-10-9-9 Washington Spirit 8-8-10 Utah Royals FC 8-7-1-1 Sky Blue FC 7-5 For a Thorns team coming off its season's first shutout, Utah looks like opportunity to start a bit of a defensive run, even if the back injury will keep standout central defender Emily Sonnet out of the lineup. But to look at Utah's past and assume future behavior ignores the progress of a project that's only been around for 6 months. If Harvey's already forged a defense and midfield, the 2 levels almost any coach would want to address first, then who's to say the same efforts won't eventually lead to more goals? 2 months ago, the answer to that question would have been the personnel, with Harvey struggling to find combinations that could open up opposing defenses. Since then, the Royals boss has seen U.S. international Amy Rodriguez returned to the team, and although the World Cup winner and Olympic gold medalist hasn't been pouring in the goals, 1 in 320 minutes, her runs within the defense have opened up the game for her teammates. And on Saturday, in letting a pass run for teammate Erica Tymirac, Rodriguez implicitly set up a much-needed game-winning goal. What Amy Rodriguez did for the goal is world-class, Laura Harvey said after her team's 1-0 win over Houston. Not many center forwards would not shoot there. The Royals don't have any players who've scored more than once this season, but in the aggregate, their trends are still going in the right direction. Utah has found net 6 times over their last 450 minutes after only scoring once in its first 3 matches. For a team that's scarcely conceding at the other end, that's more than enough goals to stay within striking distance near the top of the table. 2018 NWSL standings, places 3 through 8 ranked team games points goal difference 3 Portland Thorns FC 9-1-2-0, 4 Orlando Pride 9-1-2-0, 5 Chicago Red Stars 1-0-1-2-1, 6 Utah Royals FC 8-1-1-2-7, Houston-10-1-0, 5. As you can see, that's exactly where Utah lies. 8 games into their existence, the Royals are only 1 point out of a playoff spot, and while their 2-1-5 record says they need to convert more draws into wins, their season's trajectory hints they will, just as they did on Saturday against Houston. That's what's been our biggest challenge, our biggest learning curve, is turning those 1 points into 3, Harvey said. And today was a good example of that. This performance 3-4 weeks ago would have probably been a draw. With the NWSL's best defense, Utah has its foundation in place. And now, as the team's attack improves, they're building on that stability, creating a squad which, Friday at Providence Park, may be poised to take another step forward. What to watch for on Friday, NWSLsoccer.com/Go90, 7:30 p.m. Amy Rodriguez spent most of the last 2 seasons on the sidelines, meaning it's been a while since she visited Providence Park. Her last appearance here, though, was a triumphant one, helping lead FC Kansas City to its 2nd straight title in its 2015 championship game victory over Harvey's Seattle Reign FC. Harvey's return to Providence Park will be without one of her best players, with U.S. international Kelly O'Hara sidelined with a hamstring injury. The former Sky Blue standout had recently been moved from full-back to wing as part of Utah returning to full health. Whatever improvement Utah musters in the short term, it will be without the most threatening wide talent. For Portland, the absence of Emily Sonnet will be huge, but with Emily Menges and Catherine Reynolds, the team has 2 strong players in central defense. Right back, either Midge Purce or Ellie Carpenter could be chosen, with both having contributed on the wing in Washington. And the obligatory update between rivals, Fridays will be the 19th all-time meeting between Harvey and Thorns FC head coach Mark Parsons, a series that dates back to when Parsons took over the Washington Spirit midway through the 2013 season. Parsons has a 4-9-5 record against his fellow England-born coach, with his Spirit having been eliminated by Harvey's Reign in both the 2014 and 2015 NWSL playoffs.